Hello, everybody. Welcome back up here. And thank you guys for watching, for the support, and for those who made a request for their chart readings. For it, we're going through a lot of things right now, particularly for as you see it, the full moon is upon us tomorrow, and I could have made that report very earlier, but it was not the right time. Every time has this, when I feel this rush, push, and so on. This is what my advice is to you guys: don't rush, or don't push anything. Allow the things to comes up in there, because to this particularly full moon, there is something very interesting. It's gonna be is that part of Uranus. See, in the positive side, Uranus creates this synchronicity. Says this energy is in there. In the negative side, though, the Uranus creates chaos, simply because you feel within the chaos. And every time the moon it is opposing the sun in there, that is a two different voices. You kind of like listen to two different sides of your parents about you, where they have totally different visions about your life, and you don't know what to listen in there. So looking at inside of yourself, this full moon is gonna be intense. This is gonna be highly intense in there. To the moon, it's gonna be really opposing at that authority in there, that it's going to be together with Mercury retrograde, who says like yeah, you guys can have oppositions, but you guys can put your stuff together, you can put your things together in there. And currently all those intense energies about it is like tower after tower after tower, and it's like you're breaking down for it. You may have some a lot of kind of like bump downs, like this doesn't work, that doesn't work, and so on and so on for it. But stay on that road for it, because all this energy is gonna comes in, and it's gonna be growing within you, because the positive side is that through that oppositions, you're gonna be seeing that the things doesn't work. You're gonna see the differences in there, and you're gonna be, what is your relationship within the universe? And currently the things doesn't go well, and now the universe is wrong, and from there you're taking the negative side of the universe. While it's supposed to, you should take a patience in there, because the moon, specifically with this period, she's gonna be going. She's gonna meet Saturn. She's gonna meet Neptune. She's gonna meet the North Node. You're gonna get guidelines to this for it. Don't forget about it. That every new moon, it's a new lesson there, but also every full moon, it's the half of the lesson. It's the peak of the lesson, the peak of the conflict. And then guess what? You have the third quarter moon, and then you have a new moon. You're coming back together. So this is a kind of like a separation from within you to learn the processes, which is the moon, because the moon, it represents the intuitions. It represents the path of learning, while the sun is the path of approving. Every month, pretty much, if you take a look at it within 30 days in there, if you're discarding this Julian calendar, you kind of like take it and put it into the trash for it, because there was a calendar so made it before that, and a base of the sun for it, and they were actually particularly designed 12 months by the sun, where is that in there, but we accepted the Julian calendar. And talking about this for it, it is about what you are going to be working throughout the year. Okay, so with that being said, in there, stay tuned within yourself. Try to refrain from any kind of like a really dumb, destructive actions is in there. Talking about destructive actions, because Mars with Jupiter squaring currently the Sun, and squaring Saturn is leading to this you're limiting me, I'm gonna go blow your head off, or you're gonna be doing it all this, and so on and so on. This can talk about a lot about this confrontations because of this kind of like a new age that it's coming from age of Aquarius, facing the old kind of like patterns from the rulers. Talking about against governments cover up, government situations. You may also end up having a lot of problems with um, talking about with your bosses, with the bosses, you know, they're reporting to another bosses and they're with another clients and so on. It's got to be a lot of this realizations. It's like, okay, enough is enough. Stop doing these bad things. Enough is enough. Stop getting into these situations. And when you see it, these positions for, you need to understand that the moon is going to give you the rest of the guidance. And this is why this period is going to be rough, tough for it, particularly when the moon is going to comes in and joins Jupiter and Mars is going to be right there between them for it. That energy is going to be really, because that's going to be squaring Saturn in there. You're going to find out your own limitations during this period. Okay, there's going to be a lot of, because the moon and particularly Mars right now, with all these energies there, you're going to be feeling intense. And this is what it's refrained from these actions that right now Mercury is trying to teaching the authority with you. And before you make law, before you make public comment, before you do something crazy, think. Okay, and this is going to be for it because after that, the planets right now, particularly Uranus, is preparing to be going retrograde as well for it. And you're going to be seeing it that, okay, you mess it up in the material world, then the Uranus is going to be making, okay? And don't forget about it, you know, I mean, you got things going on. So this is going to be the overall energy. I'm going to be going quickly day by day. That's going to be 14 days in there. Talking about the next day after the full moon, you're going to be feeling the limits in there. Particularly, we're talking about the limits of love. This is the moment when you really have to depend on the self-love. You may be feeling really bumped down within. We're talking about the moon and Saturn. They're going to be squaring Mars and Jupiter. And all this is affecting Venus. We're talking about taking it personally. For while the energy is going to become, and it's like stay put. Just don't do anything. Surrender, don't do anything. Let the things unfold. There could be a people who's going to come towards you with a lot of problems, a lot of situations. They want to resolve personal issues. And I tell you, if you're right now you're trying to resolve personal issues, particularly within a Mercury retrograde period, don't freaking do it. I'm not kidding. Don't do it because you can do so much damage to your own self that you also get travel through others. Okay, my advice is about healing. This is why Mercury retrograde with the Sun, it is trining Chiron, talking about these blue lines right here. Okay, that blue lines after you heal the patterns is going to be healing Mars and Jupiter, and that energy is going to be affecting them back into their authority. You take that positive energy of synchronizations of working on yourself, healing yourself. This is the best thing. But you have to know what to heal. And guess what you're going to heal? Codependency. You're going to be healing the needs, the lack of attentions, the things that you thought about love. You who think that the indulgence is love, now nobody's indulging you and you're like, oh my God, nobody loves me. No, that's not the truth. You don't know what love is. That's the truth. And now it's, you have to heal this. Venus is together with the true Lilith. A lot of this shadow codependency, love dependency, attention seekers, and so on and so on. They're gonna have a rough time. They're gonna have a rough time to wake up. You can't just take; you also have to give, and that is gonna be interesting to see it, particularly on this positions that the moon is going to be opposing. Your intuition is kind of like, oh, well, nobody loves me, and so on. No, that's not the truth. You have no idea what love is yet. All right. Talking about the next day, which is going to be at 21st, the moon is going to be joining Neptune. Things is going to get a little better because right now Pluto and Neptune and the moon, they are going to be with these divine energies of the last degree of Leo. This is going to be the last day, kind of like get your wisdom together, get this divine guidance and go heal. This is going to be a one day before the sun is going to be moving into Virgos in there. So happy birthday to all of you Virgos for it, because in the next day you're going to be seeing it. There's going to be this beautiful energy because the moon is going to be connecting to the North Node. That is going to be when the intuition says like, okay, we need to put this divine perspective in ourselves for it. That is going to come together with the intuitions and the sun. But pay attention. 2 days ago, that was a Mercury and the sun talked. So seeing that within yourself is all depends of what was that communications about the ruling. How you going to take the rule? How you going to take the charge? How you going to be ready for you to be a leader? A leader of what though? If you have a toxic patterns, environments inside of you, and so on, you need to go through this Virgo season. And that's happening. Okay, you're going to feel the shift in the next day, because that is going to continue this divine energies from Neptune and Pluto towards the sun. As I said, the sun is going to be moving into Virgo. The moon is going to be connecting here with the North Node. Okay, but that North Node connection is going to be leading to Mars and Jupiter. This is the moment that you're going to have to understand that you're either destroying things or you're making things so on. At some point of time, there's going to be this energy from Chiron towards Venus about this divine energies. You're going to be able to see that, yeah, healing, it's payoff between the masculine and the feminine energies. But all it's depending of how your ability for you to recognize patterns within yourself and evolve, changed, healed. Don't allow these wounds from the past to affect you. And I'm talking about for everybody, including myself. I've been going through a crap myself as well. But it is what it is. You have to deal with it. Okay? All right. Healing time. Healing love. And that is about the self-healing. This is the power of Venus that it's in Virgo. Okay? Take a look at it, Astrea. Astrea came down here to heal the humanity, and the humanity went against it, and they're like, no, are you going to tell us how to live or what we're going to do? You know, human acting on the basis of ego. And she's like, okay, I'm leaving you guys. You still not ready yet for this. She came to build these golden ages for developing the culture properly. But humans didn't like it, and she's decided like, okay, I'm gonna go up in the sky. And she is that lady that is up in the sky, that Virgo the energy for it. And this is it, that healing. She needs to heal her own wounds for the humanity, but the humanity have to heal the wounds of the ego, so that Venus, that Astrea, and the humans, they can come back and working together. You're basically going to be touch base with kind of like the divine understandings about love and money. Okay, you're going to be healing this indulgence, this codependency. You're going to be working on that. And Mercury, who is still retrograde, he's going to be very active on that. He's going to send you back in time. Some of you may be reviewing your current lifetime. Some of you may be going back, but back into the parents and they were created at the beginning of time. We are talking about tribal mode, cave mode. You to figure out the roots in there. For those who's gonna go even that much deeper, congratulations, you're in the right road in there. All right, Talking about the next day, which is that's going to be the 24th of August there. The moon is going to be at Taurus. Not that much going on, but it's going to be like, okay, we see some limits. Maybe we need to do something in the material world. Maybe not a lack of situations, but we need to fix these material things. Maybe not enough money, maybe not enough food, maybe not enough situations. What do we have to do? You're gonna be working on that positions too, and some of you is gonna be trying to put together yourself as a program on those material energies inside of you about how to organize your 3D material life. Okay. All right. Talking about the next day, that's going to be the 25th there. The moon and Uranus, they are going to be coming together in Taurus. Very, very kind of like interesting. That's going to be kind of like igniting this period of Uranus that's going to be squaring Mercury retrograde in there. This is going to be the time when you're going to be realizing certain things about that you did or said or communicate during the Mercury retrograde. But it's the same time it's going to be triggering all this kind of like situations, because that is going to be beginning of this kind of like a beginning of this third quarter moon. Okay. And you're going to feel it on the next day when the moon goes to your Gemini. There's going to be all the duality about anything and everything you can think of. Okay. Yeah, you're going to be seeing it the beginning of the day for it. That square moon is going to be a trigger. But in the afternoon, that energy is going to be coming down. Because the moon is going to be again in that positions that she's going to be looking at what happened in the past, which is the South Node and Lilith there together in Libra. That can create a lot of issues within you about any relationships. Any. You can start it with the relationship within yourself, parents, friends, family, and so on. Even at work, business, and so on and so on. You're going to be seeing it how this past learning, okay, it's going to bring you to these beautiful positions to reach out to where you're going, okay? But you need to face those dualities as the previous day was. All right, talking about 26th in there. 1 second. There you go. 27th actually was talking about. Here is that positions of the moon that is going to be between Jupiter and Mars. This energy is going to be a highly, highly intensive. If you take the intense energies there, if you taking it from these positions from within, and you see this squaring, this particularly at that time at 7 p.m., those energies can affect so many things, including self-sabotage, including self-destructions, going to your patterns that you should not. But as the moon moves forward in there, she's going to be on this beautiful trine with Mercury retrograde. You're going to understanding the following, and all this is going to be healing patterns with Chiron. Seeing this energies down below for it, talking about these blue lines here, this is a sextile. So Mercury retrograde is going to come back, is going to teach you. Here's the intuition, what was taught you. Here's the intuition that tells you about the warrior, about the growth, and you have to heal the past. You see, revenge is sweet, but when you revenge, you also create a monster from within yourself. Sometimes you have to let the things fall in the natural hands of who? Within the universe. Give it to the universe, giving it to God, as is said in the Bible. Okay? And you will see how those energies, because this is what Uranus does. And if you're following these proper energies, guys, for it, that energies of Uranus right now, he's currently trining with Venus. I mean, use that for a second. Use that love in there with the universe. It's been given it to you. You already healed parents. This is why the Venus is healing there and it's like, okay, I'm fully healed. I can go into a relationship. I can go back home. I'm fully healed and I'm ready to give the love that it is because Venus is going home. Venus is going to a Libra, but she has to meet the past. You see, after you've been wounded and you go back, you go into the hospital, you're going through challenges, you go into situations, and you go back home. What is it, the home for you? Yeah, you're gonna facing the past. In the past, they did this and this. In the past, they had this and this. You're gonna be getting at those energy, particularly if you have something within that first degrees of Libra. Okay, um, some of you are born with Pluto right there, right? Talking about the generations born in the 70s, you guys know what I'm talking about. So you're gonna be having a lot of this deeper self-evaluations in your relationships for it when she gets there. But right now, the moon, it's actually is asking you about like, hey, facing those challenges and don't act like before. Stop creating traumas. Stop creating wounds. Just because you're wounded and you have to wound other people, that doesn't work. You continue passing the wounds. Heal. Heal. And this is what that moon with Mercury retrograde will actually tell you. Because you can't go home with unhealed wounds and pretend like, yeah, you're bringing the old ways back in. Venus wants to be healed. And that is a beautiful energy because with this particular energies in there, she is also trining Pluto. Okay, so seeing that energies, guys, you're gonna be on a very powerful positions to see internally in yourself what it needs to heal. But don't go back home with wounds because you're gonna pass it to everyone that is home. Okay, especially about wounds, about love. All right, talking about the next day, which is going to be 28, the moon it's is going to be squaring the knots. Usually that is a very intense energy of revaluations of past and the future. And that is how it's going to be connecting with the previous day. For it, usually people with that kind of like a squaring, they have a rough time reaching their destinations in there. Every time when you have a opposing something with the midheaven within your chart for it, or something with related to the north node too, and you have this opposition or squaring, that is something that says that's not the way to reach that destiny. It's yours, but you have to do something about it. And during these positions, you're going to be wondering how I'm going to do it. And it's going to tell you. The moon is going to be sextiling the sun, and the sun is in divine energies within the north node. See, the authority, when it's already healed in there within Virgo, that is going to be coming in and says, like, here he is. You're going to authorize it that. But to authorizing this inside of it, you have to heal everything else that we've been already talk about what you need to heal. Particularly, we are talking about this Venus that is in Virgo. Okay. All right. The next day, which is going to be the 29th, the moon is going to be still at the kind of like pretty much the mid of Cancer. She's home. But that is a trining Saturn. I have to pass through these limits. I can act limitless. We need to get this squared away. Cannot continue anymore like this. Some of you is going to be choosing the path of cut off, destroy, and let it go, and so on and so on. While some of you is going to be like, let me go dive deep. And that diving deep in there is going to bring in it what is not healed. That square with Chiron is going to be like, yeah, you healed this, and this, but you have something that left over. You need to address that. All right, the moon is in Leo, opposing Pluto and still squaring Chiron, but she's very well with Venus. She's very well with Neptune in there. And through that energies, she is getting herself like, okay, I see these confrontations, but let's see what we can do it. Is there is any way we can fix this? Yes, there is. With this energies between Venus and the moon, that represents daughter-mother relationships in there. And we're talking about what Neptune has been in Pisces. It is about let's ending the negative side. Let's bring this positivity. Let's bring all this. Let's change. But it's going to be require some work. Can we work together? And this is why Pluto is going back. Where? Capricorn. That inner work that it's not finished, it has to be finished. Because you can't have access to the age of Aquarius if you get into those energies in there with an old patterns. You're basically not going to understand people. You're not going to hear people. You're different. You are evolved. And now the people talking to you, you're to these energies of vibrations and these energies of understanding the true meaning behind it of the words. And you're operating on a different system than them. And they can talk to you and you're going to be like, I don't understand what he's saying. Why? Because you're feeling the energy, feeling the gravity, but they don't have a meaning of the person that he's talking. He's just talking words while you're hearing everything out there. And this is this energy that it's going to have to come out. And some of you may be going to have a hard time fitting in this society, but hey, it's evolution. Can't stop that. So people have to learn to adapt. All right, talking about the next day, which is going to be at the 31st of August, the moon is going into Leo. That's going to be trining the North Node. As you see it, the sun here of Virgo is very beautiful with the North Node. The authority is not going to be worried about conflicts and as everything else is about I need to reach my destiny. I need to reach my destination in life. I have to go ahead in there. But those kind of like energies is going to continue to work for a lot of things. Okay. Venus is already at Libra. She's going to be meeting the mean Lilith in the South Node. That is when you're going to be reviving something from the past. You know, these wounds that you carry within you from the past, are they going to be triggering you? This is going to comes out in the menu. But overall, the moon is going to be gaining this divine wisdom from Saturn. Okay. There's going to be a lot of wisdom coming in. Maybe you're going to be finding stuff about yourself and listen to the people. Okay. Listen to the people who's telling you you're not good at this and not good at that. But you can change. You can do something about it. But if you take it personally, you don't want to hear crap about yourself, right? Nobody likes that. And this is the part of that Leo's intuitions that you can take this as a wisdom, or you can take it personally. It's kind of like, have a good day, right? So be mindful about this. All right, the moon is together with Mercury. Mercury is not anymore retrograde there. Beautiful time to kind of like do this review before meeting again with the sun for it. Your intuition is going to be working pretty well with Mars. It's going to be working with the Chiron in that positions. Very, very, very powerful. You're going to start having the feelings from Saturn's oppositions against the moon. You're going to feel like what else it is. And Saturn says like you may heal physically, have you heal mentally, have you heal psychology in there. Oh, you understand and you recreate actions. Okay, good. But you're still carrying the problems with you. And this is what the new moon that it's going to be at Virgo is going to be working on. You're going to have to prepare yourself for that new moon, because that new moon is going to be healing that patterns between intuitions and the sun, to take him off, because they have to go through relationships, they have to go through shadow, they have to go through expressions, they have to do the proper work, they have to reinnovate themselves, and reaching Saturn. You're going to see it, this, okay? But that is going to be taking quite a while. That's going to be the next year. Okay, guys? So for right now, you only have to be working on the things that you need to work on it, because your physical limitation is going to be telling you what is the thought processes inside of you. And this is what Mercury and the Sun taught you during this period when they got together. All right. So here is, that's going to be a pretty much of this new moon in there. I mean, I can adjust it a little bit more for you can see this divine energies towards the North Node. But everything else is going to be kind of like a very interesting into. And this is you have to heal those patterns. This is what the power of that Virgo is. It's going to be happening at 10 degrees, 11 degrees actually at Virgo but here it's what it's coming up here. You have the both true, the main Lilith, Venus, and the South Node. They're in divine energies with the midheaven that's going to be pointing out towards Pisces. But that energy for it can trigger a lot of unwounded heals. And this is going to be your test. Have you healed the emotional, psychological, energetics, or any of your other bodies for it about love? And this is going to be a very healing period in there. But Venus has got its own power in there. This is the highest emotional power for it. Okay? But what happened with Venus when she goes in Scorpio? Right? She's going into underworld. When that love is not there, that balance is not there. And then she shines the light. And you're going to be seeing it in the next season. Okay? But right now, with this position season there, following your journey, following your own soul. Okay? Because your soul is the compass. Feeling the energies, feeling the situations. Every time you feel intensity, pressure, and anxiety, or desireless, that tells you something within you. Following those patterns, they're going to lead you to something. Okay? Follow the shadow to put the light on it, because you're going to have to go see what that shadow is. You have to feel those lower vibrations. You have to feel those lower energies, because you're expanding within the lower energies. You're going to be expanding by the gravity within the energies of the higher self. And that's how the growth is. You have to water it, the roots, so the tree to grow, the tree of life. Okay, guys, that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. And please leave any comment if that has been helping you or any other concerns, guys. All right. Thank you so much for watching. And I will talk to you later. Be love, guys.